U.S. President Joe Biden said a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal between Hamas and Israel is on the brink of being finalized. In a farewell speech at the State Department, Biden said the proposed agreement would include a surge of aid to Palestinians in Gaza, the release of hostages held by Hamas, and a halt to the fighting in the enclave.
And the war between Israel and Hamas, we're on the brink of a proposal that I laid out in detail months ago, finally coming to fruition. I have learned in many years of public service to never, ever give up.
Biden has been working the phones as he seeks a prized peace deal in his final days in office before Donald Trump returns to the White House on January 20th. He said he would be speaking soon to Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who had played a key role in negotiations. He called the ruler of mediator Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, on Monday and also spoke to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday. Qatar's ruler met on Monday with the West Asia envoy for the incoming and outgoing U.S. administrations. They reviewed developments in the Gaza Strip and the ceasefire negotiations. According to reports, Hamas will release 33 hostages, including children, women, and female soldiers, in the first stage of the potential deal. On the 16th day after the release, negotiations will begin on the second stage to free the remaining captives, comprising of male soldiers, men of military age, and the bodies of hostages killed by Hamas. 94 of the 251 abducted hostages by Hamas on October 7 are believed to be in Gaza. Reports claim Israel will hold on to the high-profile Hamas militants to use as leverage in the second stage of talks to ensure that every hostage is released. As per the potential deal, the IDF troops will withdraw from most areas of the Gaza Strip but stay in a new buffer zone inside Gaza. During the period between the two stages, the military will continue to hold the Philadelphia corridor along the Gaza-Egypt border. Meanwhile, relatives of hostages, wounded soldiers and reservists gathered in Jerusalem under the slogan "No mandate to surrender to Hamas" and called the government to release the hostages only through victory over Hamas. Furthermore, Gaza's civil defense agency said in a wave of Israeli airstrikes killed more than 50 people in the Palestinian territory's main city on Monday. Agency spokesperson said the strikes pounded Gaza City throughout the day, hitting schools, homes, and even gatherings of people. Nearly 46,600 Palestinians have been killed in the Israeli offensive since October 7, 2023. The Israeli military said 5 IDF soldiers were killed in northern Gaza on Monday, while 8 other soldiers from the reconnaissance battalion of the Nahal Brigade were wounded in the same incident. Since the beginning of the war in October 2023, 840 soldiers have been killed. Meanwhile, Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthi group said it launched missile and drone attacks on targets in Tel Aviv. According to the Houthi military spokesperson, the operation achieved its objectives successfully.
The missile force of the Houthi armed forces carried out a military operation that targeted a vital target of the Israeli enemy in the occupied city of Tel Aviv using a hypersonic ballistic missile of the type Palestine II. The operation achieved its objectives successfully.
However, the Israeli military said it intercepted a projectile fired from Yemen on Monday before it entered Israeli territory. For more on this, we're joined by our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who has sent us this report. Take a look.
U.S. President Joe Biden announced progress on a potential deal to release hostages by Hamas in exchange for a ceasefire in Gaza. He emphasized peace for both Israelis and Palestinians and talked about the urgency of reuniting hostages with their families. High-level talks involving Israel, Hamas, and mediators like Qatar and Egypt are ongoing, with the Biden administration and the incoming Trump administration collaborating to ensure U.S. support. Now, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan described negotiations as a make and break in the next 24 hours, with cautious optimism growing that perhaps a resolution could come about before President Biden leaves office. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.